Blackmore.
Welcome to a brand new episode of Weapon Select. And you thought we were going to be done after just talking about staffs. No, my friends, there is so much more to cover, especially when we're getting into the polearm topic. Yes, polearms can sit there and range from spears, javelins, axes, things of that nature. So we have a plethora to sit there and go over for today's episode, and you are in for a treat, and you're going to be seeing some old faces, new faces, and many other characters that you probably never knew that actually had these in their game. So kick your feet up, relax, grab your snacks, and enjoy today's episode, folks. Check it out. For thousands of years, polearms, bladed or pointed weapons mounted on a long shaft were the backbone of real-world warfare. Unlike a plain staff, a polearm ends in a cutting edge, spike, or hammerhead, letting its wielder thrust, hook, slash, and leverage reach in ways a blunt stick simply just can't do. From Japan's naginata and yari, to Europe's halberd and glaive, to China's qiang and guando, the genre is enormous, and that diversity is reflected in fighting games and action games. Now for the 2D fighter section, we're going to start off with Hisako from Killer Instinct, a villager from the Sengoku era slain while defending her homeland, now a wrathful Onryu spirit guarding her family shrine. She uses a Naginata Kanabu hybrid. The curved blade certifies it as a classic Naginata. She uses counterstances and long-range normals to punish reckless advances the way Naginata foot soldiers punish cavalry in the battlefield. It's obvious her influence comes from the Grudge and things like that. One of the coolest additions to a fighting game in general is a Ghost Girl character? Who would have thought? Satamu from Street Fighter V, one of the many kidnapped dolls from the Shadowloo era that appeared in Street Fighter V. A young Vietnamese guerrilla scout who fights alongside her Tamarin companion, Kiki, inspired by resistance fighters of the Indochina Wars. She uses a lightweight, tri-pronged Vietnamese Makule spear, which is ideal for ambush tactics, even using it in the little moveset she has in the game. Noelle from Melty Blood Tight Lumina, a young Holy Church executor moonlighting as a high school teacher while hunting dead apostles in secret. She uses a polearm that is the textbook definition of a European halberd, having normals start as spear thrusts, then bloom into axe chops midstream, mirroring the halberd's one-tool-fits-all versatility. Same goes for her Dead Apostle version too as well. Mai Natsume from Blaze Blue, a former male hare turned female by the grimoire Gallia Spheres, now working for Sector 7 as a bounty hunter. She uses the Gallia Sphere spear, flurry stabs, and tossing it like a javelin. She's among some of the other popular BlazBlue characters out there to come out as DLC from the Variable Heart series. Kiyoshiro Shinro from Samurai Showdown, a flamboyant Edo period kabuki actor who moonlights as a demon slayer. Using the Shizugatake Naginata, its exaggerated theater prop origins still honor the Naginata's curved blade polearm identity. I believe he even has the longest normals in the game to punish whiffs from half screen, just as real Naginata soldiers exploited reach. Correct me if I'm wrong on that. Now for the 3D fighter section, let's start off with Song Mina from the Soul Calibur series, a free-spirited Korean Coast Guard's daughter who stole a Waldo glaive to protect her homeland from Japanese pirates. The Waldo is a crescent-bladed polearm unique to the Joseon Dynasty Army, basically a Korean Guando. Song Mina uses wide arcing horizontals to gatekeep the ring edge. paralleling historic Waldo drills that even cut down boarding parties before they landed. Hilde von Köln from Soul Calibur, the crown princess of the Holy Kingdom of Wolfchrome, forced to lead her army after her father's corruption by Soul Edge, using a short thrusting spear called Glory Seeker paired with an arming sword, a classic late medieval infantry kit combining pike reach with sidearm flexibility, so she can pretty much switch back and forth between the two, which is what allows her to constantly play this long range and even short range gameplay if you happen to go through her spear defense. Aeon Kalkos, Lizard Man, also from the Soul Calibur series, a Spartan warrior transformed into a reptilian slave. His weapons are twin extended half-axes that function as a double-bladed poleaxe, a battlefield tool for punching through armor. How this is translated gameplay-wise is with armored lunges and wide cleaves that mimic the poleaxe's mix of hook, chop, and spike thrust techniques. And that's pretty much all, unfortunately, I can really give on this character. Nathaniel Rock Adams, also from the Soul Calibur series. He's an orphan English boy raised by Native Americans, seeking his missing adopted sister. He uses the weapon called the War Shaker, a two-handed spiked warhammer. The overlinked aft puts it in the polehammer class, used historically against plate armor. So his gameplay was slow startup but massive guard break power that channels the crushing anti-armor roll of real pole hammers. Astaroth from the Soul Calibur series, a golem forged by cultists of Ares to retrieve Soul Edge and sow chaos. Wielding the weapon Clutus, a giant bearded axe with rear spike and hammer pole, meeting all three poleaxe criteria, the axe, spike, and hammer, in one single polearm. His gameplay revolved around command throws and have sword-style strike grapple chains that mirror wrestling techniques with poleaxes. Angelica from the Samurai Showdown Sen series. Raised as an assassin to an unknown organization, looking to escape the organization in order to save her sister, she wields a double-edged staff, using fast combo chains and short-range attacks. She can hurl her body at an opponent, and she can also twirl her weapon with one hand to juggle her opponents. So she's quite much faster than other opponents out there within the game. Kim Hae-yeon from Samurai Showdown Sen, a Korean warrior who has defeated many evildoers in the name of justice. A man on a personal mission to get rid of any evil that comes to his path. His weapon of choice to carry out that justice is a double-edged pike, while using Bojutsu martial art techniques. Sadly, he's in line for the many characters stuck on the Sen game, which will never likely return in the future. Jinbei from the Samurai Showdown Sen, a retired hardened warrior, a traditionalist who is loyal to his lord. He has taken a liking to Tsukuhime, a child he rescues and treats her like his own daughter, which comes into conflict with his family. He uses a Jumanji spear, in which favors the Yari spear, something that is all too familiar with his long history with war. So he could be using a Japanese martial art Soljutsu for it too. Another Sen character that's stuck to this game, unfortunately. Now for the beat 'em up action games section, Neo 2. There are multiple spears your character can use in this game class-wise. From the Yari, Naginata, and the Hoko variants, all are pure thrusting or slashing polearms distinguished by cross-sections and blade shapes, having high stances that can pierce armor, mid-stance sweeps to control crowds in true spear school-like fashion. Wulong, Fallen Dynasty. Your character can use the Chinese Kuiyang and the legendary Ji, a spear halberd hybrid that's linked to Lubu. This class displays some beautiful animations and can recreate the quick guard beats elements of Chinese spear arts like Badian Quang, for instance. So if you ever want to check out this game, give it a try. Fei Ren from Anarchy Reigns, a Chinese assassin and older sister of the Ren sister trio, using her lance Zilong that can transform and freeze things at will. She's not afraid to use her moves forward and cut you down where you stand, using her charm to go for the kill. Ever want to learn more about this wonderful game she's from? Please check out my 2 most recent videos talking about Anarchy Reigns. Monster Hunter. Your hunter in this game can use a polearm with a double-edged glaive head called the Insect Glaive. The Kinsect adds range effects that you can extract, but the core moveset is all polearm vaults and thrusts. So lots of wushu staff spear acrobatics that you can really just see oozing through with this class. Monster Hunter also has another polearm class in there, which is the Lance, which specializes in shield and lance tactics, using straight stabbing paired with the shield, representing the pinnacle of pike and board warfare. There is some counter thrust mechanics to simulate pike wall bracing. Honorable mention, we will also include Assassin's Creed Brotherhood, which also has some pole arms like the spear in that game to represent that too. So what did you think? Learned anything from going over pole arms in multiple fighting games and action games? Next time you pick up a controller, ask yourself, how is this character's pole arm shaping my neutral? I'm just kidding. But if you enjoy just geeking out over warfare tech and things like this, please like, subscribe, and hit that bell so you can stay updated of any new videos coming to the channel. And you will be seeing quite more on the Weapon Select series. I have a couple more things that I'm going to be brewing up for this series, so y'all look forward to that. And I will also be throwing up a voting poll too in the community tab real soon on that, so don't you worry on that. But anyways, this is Blackmore here, signing out. Catch you later, folks. Peace.
The study of Kung Fu fighting is ongoing. Don't ever hope to master all of them. So be careful.